All right, we are mapped out. Got our highs, lows, about to open. Good morning, guys. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. Y'all ready?
Yep.
All right. I already got some areas mapped out. I believe we're either going to go at open. We're either, I don't know where, but we'll either end up here at this 832 level, or we'll end up down here at this 726 level. I figure we'll sweep the high or the low. I just don't know which one's going to happen yet. This is a 15-minute. Let me move this over there. I already tried to sell this. I already tried to sell this twice. I sold here and lost, and then I tried to sell again and lost $100 both times. So I'm gonna have to wait until we reach these outer areas and look for a clean trade. There we go. We're moving. These are our volume, all of our volume levels as well. So we're just starting kind of right smack in the middle of volume. 832. We don't have tons and tons of liquidity up here, but I do see some big orders at 816, around 825, 830. See if it goes there or not. Not trading, just observing this candle right now. Sellers are definitely stepping in. This candle's, that candle almost went from that candle almost went from buyers to sellers all in one. So we had just looking inside of there to see. Yeah, there's a lot of selling inside of that candle near the low. So if price keeps going down, here, let me switch to a 1 minute. Price keeps going down like it is after this candle. Let me see. Let me just watch it. It's retesting the area right now. Like where all the sales came in on that candle. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for continuation past this. If it keeps going lower, we're probably going to go for those lows. So what I'll be doing is looking for any opportunity to take a trade where my risk is lower. I can do that all the way out here. What I'm expecting is when price reaches these areas, this is my idea, is that it's going to break up above one of them. And then I'll start looking, ideally, if it doesn't blast right past this, I'll look for a sell right here and I'll look for a buy right here. I am not opposed to trading to these areas, but only if I can get a low risk trade in. So normally I use something like Titan for that, because it kind of rule bases things for me. So with the Titan, I can just pop it on here. If I hurry. Yeah, see, Titan will just plot all these levels for me, so I don't have to worry about it. So what am I on? 1 minute. And all right, I'm gonna go back to this chart for now. Pretty crazy open. All right.
Yeah, super volatile.
Yeah, like straight up, straight down. It's cool though.
Yeah, but in each candle, it's like super fluctuating.
Yeah, it is. Seems like it wants to go to that high, huh?
Yeah, it looks like it. It already busted the 800 level.
Mm-hmm. It's so when it's so volatile like that, it's hard to get in without inadvertently risking too much. Like even if you tried to buy now, you're $200 below the low. You know, it's like
You'd have to place pending orders because even if you try to execute
Yeah.
market, like by the time you click the button, it's changed so much.
Yeah. All right, so we had 2 candles in a row, these, that are, like, pushing up and up. So if this one breaks a high, we're probably gonna go for those highs, all in one sweep. Just looking at the last 3 candles, I mean, we are the last 4 candles, we are breaking higher, we're going. I just don't know where to get in with low risk, super duper low risk. So that's why as much as I don't want to watch it run up to here, because I know, I mean, I could try to micro it up there. That's all. Obviously, that's always an option. But to actually go in on on Nasdaq, yeah, I think I could do it. All right. Like if one candle would close low, kind of close to its to its the bottom wick, I would probably buy it and put my stop right below there. Because, as you see, these candles are not going below their low. Get up there. Mhm. All right. Couldn't touch it. Mhm. It's a pretty clean night though. I was looking at the chart between yesterday and sometime this morning, a couple hours ago. It's just easy, nice pullbacks. I don't know if anyone was trading or what y'all's schedule looks like, but where you could see price coming back, same areas, like over and over again, making it real easy to trade. All right, what you gonna do? Just going between these two zones now. See what just happened right here, Matt? A lot of times this will create that vacuum type effect that we bring up sometimes, where price comes up and buyers start getting involved. Buyers. They're all in, and then bam, all in one candle. They'll very quickly slam it down. They'll
Yep.
clear all those buyers. I see how it just went right below the low. You see how I didn't go in, but you see how if I would have, that idea would have failed. It broke the low of that and that, because I'm not the only one that thinks like that. They sweep the lows there, and how quick it moves. It moves a lot of that liquidity, um, a lot of that sell side liquidity. It removes all, because think about it, it moves down quickly, so liquidity has to fill in above the current traded price, and so it didn't really do it on this one. But a lot of times that's where you'll see that quick snap right back to here to a level, stop everyone, and then it'll fill right back up super quick. So it'll either slam down and skip past prices, and or it'll fly up right afterwards. Very effortless type of movements back up. Yeah, they're playing around. It's right before that high. I bet you we go up above that 842 level. Like this volume level up in here. Our daily high is at 844, which is right above where we're at right here, right now. There we are. We're pushing into that zone. So we've got we've got aggressive buying on Delta. I mean, we've got aggressive buying on mini and micro version right now of NASDAQ. So if we have buying, if you know what we can read from the chart right now is that we have aggressive buying on both of them. So if we have aggressive buying, we should see price moving up. If we don't see, if we see price fail to move up, and we can see that both contracts, micro and mini, are has aggressive buying on there, then that means that we would want to look for some absorption in this area. In other words, you could just imagine a bunch of sell orders just passively sitting right inside of here. These are all orders that are just sitting there, and that's how the market moves, is buyers and sellers. So if we have aggressive buyers pushing up, oh, I can't explain it right now because we're hitting this area now, and I want to see what happens. So we're at the spot. Oh my god, I drew way too many lines. This is where I'm gonna look for a sell, but I'm not in a hurry. Okay, just to be clear. So we hit the level. I'm not in a hurry to sell. I'm gonna look for signs of sellers stepping in. I want to clearly see it. Right now, we obviously see buyers. There's a ton of volume in this candle here. Sellers did step in here. So this now it's up to you. This is your part right here. So what I'll look for, look, I'm not scared. I'm not scared to sell it right now, right? I'm not scared to sell it right now. I can see it went up. I would not mind selling right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the ability to sell where I'm comfortable with my risk above the high. What I don't expect is price to go above this high. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to get in higher up here, right? So that my, I don't need a big wide trade. I'm looking for probability. So even, something like this is just fine for me. Um, something like that. So right now the risk is too big. I'm gonna go look at it and see what I can do. Let me. Well, it's about as, I was trying to take $100 trades today, so, but that's my plan. That's what I'm gonna do. So you guys have been informed. All right, got it. Done. Is $255 right there. So this and this what it looks like. I'll show you here in a second. We had to wait 42, no, not even that. I had to wait 13 minutes for it. It seemed like a long 13 minutes, but that was it. You guys, I know this doesn't sound crazy, but it's repeatable. It's something you can do over and over again, and that's the edge. Look, I from the very beginning of the day before the market opened, I said I'd watch this area here and then watch this area right here. I'm done. I could be totally done right now. Am I going to be done totally? I don't know. That's for that's for me to decide. But that right there, that edge, right? I could be here for you guys, help you look for some trades and things like that. But that's what I'm talking about. That right there. That's what I
And
want to
Ken,
see.
was that a 4 hour level that you had drawn up before there?
What I had done is I had zoomed out and this was our daily high. So here's our daily high right up there, the very high. Here was our low, and we were opening right in the middle. So why would I want to trade in, like, literally we're right in the middle of the daily range. This is what I'm talking about when I say key areas. Instead of just taking trades anywhere and everywhere just because a signal pops up, focus on these key areas. They're so predictable. And so in the course, I call them inflection zones, right? These are specific areas, and Matt, it's the same thing I say with everything else. We already have too many trading opportunities. So having these key areas to focus on, especially because see now you have access to the order flow course. I don't know if you've started it, but you're going to be able to really see the market at a different depth. So when you're picking areas, inflection areas, like these areas here, these are not just daily high and low. I'm not going to go into it right now because it takes too long. This is something we can do in mentorship. But if you go and analyze those areas, you can analyze the volumes inside of them. People talk about order blocks and things like that. I'll show you something. I'll show you a level I found yesterday that, see, I found this yesterday evening. See, there's not all levels are the same, and this is I'm only going to show this one time, right here, right now. But not every single level is the same. See, this nothing special looks like this, right? What would ever make you look at this one random place in the chart? Nothing, right? Nothing would make you look at that. Well, then how did I find this one freaking place yesterday? Out of all the entire chart, how did I find this one space in the middle of this chart? How did I know? Or how did look now I'm like a fucking wizard or something. All right, look, how did I guess with such accuracy that price would come to this zone and be defended? Now, look, I'm not talking about being perfect, but I was able to identify with pretty good accuracy. And I had this data from this point, from this time yesterday. So almost 24 hours before price came back to the same area. How did I know that it was very likely to be defended? It's because you can, and now that you have access to this, you can look in the same areas. These are key areas, and I'll show you the main reason why I looked at it, and I'll just zoom in like this. But do you notice anything? Look at these numbers on the footprint chart. You see these? They're
Yeah,
pretty
they're all
normal.
green.
They're all
Well,
green. Yeah, they're all green.
green
But
bars. Yeah.
yeah, so obviously we've got buyers on the right, and we've got sellers on the left. But look now look at it. Look at it. Hold on. Wait, did I pass it? Oh yeah, I did. All right. Okay, now do you notice something? 680 contracts bought right here, okay? See how it's just snuck in there like that? Like, oh, no big deal. Just 680, nothing happened, right? There wasn't anything crazy. That was a test into the market. That's all that was a test into the market. And then it was you have to look at you have to look at it through order flow. But after that test was accepted and prices accepted, see, in the course I talk about rejection versus acceptance. And once price accepted into these higher areas here, then that's where they started to go ahead and and fill up. And now look, so one price shot on up. Well, it continued going up and up and up and up and up. But when price came back down to there, see, this was the next day. When price came back there, it was heavily defended. Now, if you want to, just for fun, you could go in here and you could actually look and you'll see where they started to buy into this. You'll see that how they started to buy, not when it was obvious, but actually buying on the way down when the sellers were strong. So they're kind of buying into that.
You mean the same people that did the big 600 order?
Right. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's the exact same, but I know one thing is if I can see this, other people can see it. But it's about understanding it, knowing it, and having framework for it. And anyway, so that gives the whole point of that is, look, this gives me one key area to focus on. That's all it is limiting the amount of exposure I have because I have limited spaces. Me and Sheldon had such a good conversation yesterday. We had a one-on-one yesterday, and he had mentioned while I was talking to him, he said it's kind of like fishing, and I was like, yeah, that's we do have a lot of analogies, but it's really good. It is like fishing, and you know where to go fishing, where to catch the bass, the catfish. You're in this giant lake, but why you're not just gonna take your boat out in the middle of the lake and throw the anchor out. Like, where to fish, where the probabilities are, where you're gonna catch that big bass or that catfish. And so you're going to intentionally place yourself in the most probable places to catch those fish. And then Sheldon said, and you're going to fish at a certain time of day. And I said, exactly. Like, you know that you're going to catch that certain type of fish at that certain location at a certain time each day. Couldn't make a better analogy, but that was it. And it's the truth. It's just like fishing. Yeah, just a second. So yeah, why fish the whole lake? If this is the whole lake, why fish the whole lake when I could just fish this one little zone right here? And I'm only looking for the type of fish that buy, right? So I know this is a buying cove, and I want to look for those type of fish here. And so when price comes down, you already know what I'm going to be looking for. The same thing that I just saw is I want to see price come down into here, and I want to see an aggressive shift in order flow. And it's easy to look at after the fact. All right, we could see prices pushing down. I actually have this yellow line there specifically for that reason, because you can actually see where from the beginning of the day, this is what CVD is really helpful for, is if you look at CVD. Let me zoom in a little and move it around. I got to get right to the beginning of the day. Well, anyways, so at this point right here, you can see that CVD is negative. It's been selling all day, right? If you look at, I don't like that. If you look at where it started, right? It started here. By here, we were down. So it's pretty clear to say that from this time of the day, from the top left down to here, we were selling. We can verify that in the delta. This doesn't lie. This is who was most aggressive during that time. And cumulatively, I hate saying that word, but cumulatively, we could see that over time we had more aggressive selling than buying, and over time price pushed down. Perfect. Now what happened as soon as we hit my freaking zone right here? I didn't have to be early. I didn't have to enter right here. I could have waited until I seen the buyer step in, right? You see, again, I know it's easy to look at afterwards, but that's the difference between predicting real time and observing and watching and waiting for something to appear in front of you instead of hunting for trades, letting a trade appear in front of you. So see here, if I would have been trading it, I would have probably been working that market. I would have been early, and I probably still would have won just because I'm good at this, but it would have been more difficult. You could see that, right? I could have, maybe this one wouldn't have tricked me. Actually, none of these would have tricked me. This one might have got me. This one might have got me to go in. This one might have got me going. I don't know. I could have lost on this one. Then I would have made back my money on this one. Then I would have seen this happen, and I would have been like, oh, they thought they were gonna get me and do this without me because this would have been too obvious. I was already thinking about buying. We're at a new daily low. We made a new daily low. Delta barely made a new low. It's essentially divergent. And then we had a strong change of hands between buyers and sellers, not only in Delta, but volume. You can see inside of my cluster search here and then the actual volume bars there. I would have went in right here. I would have went in right here. But you see, that later the opportunity would have been even easier and we would have actually had buyers. You could have seen the whole picture playing out. So you can see it all right here. It's easy to look at after the fact, but to actually do it live while it's happening is a totally different thing.
I just want to point out too, your reversal indicator pulled up pointing out that same signal too.
Yeah, I bet it did. Look at that.
Actually did twice,
Yeah.
same candle and everything.
Okay. I'm gonna run my son to school real quick. I'll be right back. We're back on regular schedule, so here we go. I'll be right back, probably about 5 minutes. I'm just gonna leave this up. I know that these Titans are coming in super tight up here, so you just have to do your best to read them. Yeah, yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Let me check one more thing real quick. It wouldn't. See, I don't care if it went in higher. That's why I said I don't need the whole move. I just want some probability. There's one place where I expect sellers to come in, and if I can time it, I can get it. This might still do the same thing. Look at the divergence in this. It's literally price is pushing up, 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 right? And delta is curving over, right? So literally delta is curving over right here. So what this to me looks more like is exhaustion, where there's not interested buyers at these prices. So well, not as interested. So more selling, which makes sense. We're at the daily high. Why? Obviously, we're going to have more people selling right here. So interesting place to watch. Just remember that how this works is it's about to be 10 o'clock first of all. So 10 o'clock sometimes sets in a reversal, bam, instantly. Now the next thing is in 30 minutes from there, we'll set in the initial balance. So that's the 1 hour trading range after open. If price continues to accept and trade above that initial balance, typically price will trend up. If it fails and it falls back within the range of that 1 hour from open, it's very likely price will go back to the lows. And so I'm I'm also already leaning towards that. So my next place, if I can get it, and I'm not very good at holding trades this long. I might try to do a micro type of thing. I don't know, but I have a feeling that we may end up going and sweeping the lows as well. So I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but if we reject here and we start pushing back down, we're probably going to go sweep the lows. So we can end up with lots of opportunity today. I'll be right back though. So yeah, in case I didn't make that clear, I'm looking for sales here. If it continues above it, I don't have anything mapped out. I don't have a plan for that. But if it sells here, great. That's what I'm looking for. Looking for sales out of this area, and then obviously if it breaks down below the low that I talked about right here, then I'm going to be looking for buys. But I know that most likely I may try to sell on the way down there. So yeah. Anyway, opportunities, they're everywhere. I'll see you guys here in a minute. All right, I'm off the hook. He decided to walk. I took too long. Literally, the school is not even 100 yards from my house. These kids are spoiled. Like, Dad, can you take me to school? I can walk out of my yard down the driveway and look left, and I can almost smell the cafeteria from here. All right, what are you guys doing? Hello, hello.
Yeah, I took a small sell for a small profit near the top there. That's it.
Nice.
I wish I would have bought on the way up though. That would have been. It was so volatile.
I'm just watching.
Let's see what it does to this green candle right here. The one that it's testing right now. This one. This was the one that pushed up. All right, there we go. There you go. If you're still selling, you're making some money. Told you I wanted to look for a push out of there. See, and that's
Is there,
this right here
is there
is
a,
enough for me. That's all I need. I don't need the whole 100 point move or anything. I just need that prediction right there.
And Ken, that was also with all the other stuff. Sometimes you can throw in the basic old break of structure too, right?
Oh man, yeah, you could. You
I,
definitely
I
could.
I don't mean the indicator. You can put the indicator. I'm just saying visually you can just see it kind of broke the structure at the
Right, yeah.
top.
Oh yeah, you had our high, had our low. I watch it, man. I watch that stuff. I watch that stuff a lot. Now what could be a good trade, just saying, is if price retested this, and again, this is a simple break of structure style trade, is if price came back into here, you could look to trade like this. It's bigger, but you could look to trade like that if it retested this area right here. What I normally like for something like that is I'll look inside of the candle that I've highlighted here, that one, and I'll just see if there's anything in there, like any like clear volumes, or or if inside of this candle right here, if there was like some really super aggressive selling, which I'm not. I mean, there are stacked imbalances all throughout there, all throughout this entire break right here. It's just all sell stuff.
is there a way we can make the lines bigger on the reversal indicator?
I can make that adjustable. I haven't done that, but I could make it adjustable for sure. We're at like a lot of volume right now. Is this the POC? No. Oh, we did come down towards the VWAP though. Mm-hmm. God, I was selling. I could not get out of my trade. Addis was messing me up just now. I don't know what it did. I'm gonna restart it. It would not. I was pushing every button I knew to close, and I was not logged into Trade Ovate. So I was in a trade, and I was up doing real. It was like all the way down here, and I ended up getting out. I made almost nothing on the trade because by the time I smacked the button, it had pulled all the way back up to here. I got in like up here, putting my stop above the high of that, and then I was gonna move my stop below. I mean, above this candle, when it closed, but I had some issues there. It was no good for me.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, I had a couple of boo-boos this morning, but I'm back up. It's just like me, Trader View, some reason just got stuck, and I was like, I'm kept beating it, and it kept, my pencil wasn't working. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, not today, not today. But I'm back. I'm still in.
Well, did you you're
I got
still
some
in?
of that.
Everything's okay?
Yeah, I got some of that sale coming down. So I got about like 300 because
Okay.
it took, see, I lost by over 300. So I got some of that back.
All right. All right.
Yeah, so I'm still in.
Oh, come on. Yeah, this thing is. I was trying to get this address to open up. Look, we're both having technical issues today. I guess it happens, huh?
Yeah, and can you send me your calendar, please?
Yeah, I can.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I caught that sale off the top.
Oh, nice. You got a good one then.
Yeah.
I know y'all miss me.
I know
I
I
know
miss
it.
you.
I know y'all are like, where the hell Cedric at?
Yeah, I was
I
like,
just said that.
man.
Yeah,
I
so
went for it to try it at least twice. So when it
I'm
tried
back.
it
What
that
you got
second
going
time,
on
I
today?
got
Ooh,
in.
that's I wish I would have seen that. It's all right.
All right, so y'all were both talking at the same time. So, yep, Cedric, we miss you. We're glad that you're in here. We missed your good mornings this morning.
Yeah,
And
good morning. I see the room is packed. I was like, man, it's popping in there today.
yeah, man, it was a good easy day because we just waited for the market to open, and it was clear. We had these areas up here, these areas down here. We just
It
kind
went
of wait
straight to
for
the
them.
top and came back down, huh?
Now we're trying to see if it holds right here and pushes down. So this trade could be active now if you took it like this. I'll tell you, I really want, like, with these type of trades, it's more like this right here. So for me, if I took that trade, which I did not, because you can't take that
That
on.
buy?
No, it would be a sell, but if you were trying to take it, you'd have to take it on micro.
M&Q.
And yeah, because this is, I mean, we're talking about, this is almost $1,000 trade. So, but this is normally where I would be closing it, is if it broke above here. I'm not really interested in trading it. Right? You can measure it like this too.
I think a Titan just won, right?
Right? So you could be looking at, there's too many ways. I'm not going to confuse anybody. Let me
Yeah,
take
1
a
minute
look.
Titan just won. That was a good Titan.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, so 1 minute Titan, and then if you're looking at this as a turnaround area, then this is where we're looking to. This is where I had mentioned to sell, was right here, and that was just really after the break below here. So I was thinking, if after it broke below here, if it would retest that area and continue, bam, this looks like a good trade. It's kind of already done the trade, but I'll still look at it. I'll still think about it. I think that the zone and the area is still pretty good. So, Clyde, what were you saying?
I ain't caught that second sweep of the high.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, we were talking about that one all morning. I pretty
Yeah.
much did a whole explanation on that.
I couldn't say nothing because I was on my computer. But I'm able to talk on my phone and watch.
Nice.
So I was like, yeah, that's a good one there.
Yeah.
I kind of knew that if it didn't go for the low, it was gonna go for the high. I know one day last week it swept the high, then went down, swept the low, then started going back up. So
Oh yeah, it did. I think it did that twice last week where it just perfectly went and swept the high and the low in one, almost all in one move. Like went up,
Yeah,
made a perfect little move right above the high, said, "Hey, go ahead and get in if you want to." And then you're like, "All right."
hmm
And then gave us a freebie right there, and then it came back all the way down to the lows or all the way up to the highs, whichever one. I can't remember which one went first.
It was a good day that day.
Yeah, it was easy day. Sometimes it's just the sometimes it's just the the waiting. Just actually
I'm looking
sitting
at
there and
the eight.
waiting.
Yeah, I'm looking for it to go down. Maybe do something again with the. If it goes up to the high, we have like a 5 minute tighten almost setting up.
Let's see. POC just shifted, so all volume is right up in this area. 635 contracts have been traded at 860 today. Well, it's actually a random number. It's like 857.50.
I can believe it.
Which means a lot of big orders should be coming in right here, right now. Let me look inside of there.
Look like she going.
Yeah, there's starting to be some pretty big trades around here.
Mm-hmm. Looking a little tough. Hate for it to slow grind today.
Yeah.
We might get a little range.
Yeah, I could see that. Well, you know what? It's like that though. Anytime that if you notice, when we open up a trading day and we are just wedged in between these volume levels, I don't got it in me to go through the whole explanation right now, but in the past, I've talked about the gamma hedging and pinning effect that institutions have on futures and these key levels because of because of how they hedge. They hedge futures against their risk on options. And so these levels right here, like some of this data comes directly from that. Like, okay, so this is a combination that you've got implied volatility, you have um open interest, right? That's going to have to do with the options. There's a lot of stuff that goes into these CME levels, and so we already know these are key levels for that type of stuff. And so anytime we're in all these levels like this, a lot of times it's going to pick one and it's going to pin on it, and so that'll look like this. And sometimes it's smaller where it's like this on a level, and sometimes you don't even notice it, but it's more like this on some levels, right? And that these swings would be so big you wouldn't notice it if you're just zoomed in to the chart like this, but it's really just pinning on two or three of these levels over and over again. So it's something to keep in mind. That's why I do these levels every morning before we trade, because in the morning whenever I'm marking up the charts, that's what I'm looking for opportunities, and I'm looking for like where will most of my predictability come from? Like if I want to be able to look, I'm gonna press the buy or the sell button today. I'd like to be right. Okay, I don't need to be right for a long time. I'm not that trader trying to catch the longest trade. I just want to get in and get out, and I'm good with that. And so I try to find areas where I have most of my probability, and when I do these volume levels right here, this gives me tons of confluence. These volume levels right here, because look, we're at open. This is open 7:30 right here. How long have we been doing this? Y'all know that it always will go to either this volume level or it's going to shoot over to that volume level, and then how it reacts afterwards gives us a good idea on what the trading day is going to look like. So boom, CME volume levels. And yeah. Bam, bam, bam. Sheldon, how are you doing? Order filled.
Yeah, I'm behind a little. Yeah, I gotta just let it set, simmer for a while, and then when I feel comfortable, that's when to attack.
All right. Do you need anything right now?
No.
All right. So you're clear on your plan, clear on the strategy that you're looking for. I know we haven't gotten a whole lot of Titan activity today. We've had some Titans. Like we just had a Titan. But yeah, just have your plan. Make sure you know how much you're gonna risk. Type it all in, and just execute. Just make sure that you're confident in your ability to execute on the strategy that you've decided that we talked about yesterday. And if you need anything else, let me know.
Excellent.
Have any of you guys gone into the order flow course?
I haven't
Not
had a
yet, but
chance.
since I just started with the other courses or with the other ones, I should probably wait to finish all of those and then go into the other one, right?
Yeah, I guess. I want feedback.
Okay. Well, then I'll start working on it.
It won't let you do it until you've marked complete the previous ones.
I could fix that.
Ah, that's right. Okay, thank you. I guess that answered that.
Right.
I guess I have to go through it all day long then.
You just press complete on every video. I won't tell.
I know. I just letting you know.
Did you just tell me how to cheat, Ken?
It lets me know how much time you spent on each lesson.
I've been able to download it.
I'll snitch. I'll tell everybody. She skipped them all, boss. Now don't
Nice
listen to
little
him.
Titan
Watch
right there,
all the
Jada.
videos.
Nice little 1 minute Titan just won.
Yeah, I got that one too.
Another one.
Yeah, that was $100.
That's 2 in a row. And what are we doing? We're selling right now. You see how we're picking Titans while I already said to look for sales? Doesn't that make it easy? Doesn't that make it easy? Are you having fun yet?
This is good. I like putting those like that daily profit and the daily loss. So I already did my daily profit for today, so I'm done.
All right. Well, thank you for
I
sharing.
lost one because I clicked the opposite instead of the buy instead of the sell. But the rest of them I got them. So
nice. Well, very happy to hear that for you.
Yeah.
I got a good teacher. Thank you.
Come on, don't make me blush over here.
Hey, 900 or 800, which one you think we're gonna hear first, Ken?
900 or 800. Wow, such a big decision. I'm gonna have to say 800. Come on, 800. Wait, where's 900? I'm gonna have to go for 800 because that's where my TP is. I'm not even in this trade. This was just an idea I had, but I'd like to see it work out for anyone that is in it. I was planning to sell this level. regardless anyway. So I already had drawn this up this morning for selling. Let me put my overnight sessions on here. So we've already, look, this was last night. This was afternoon session, kind of like Asian session. I run this up until about 11 o'clock or so my time, just to get from, basically this just gets me from like the market open, like kind of like Asian session, I guess you'd say, like the beginning till through the afternoon and then through the evening. And then I have this kick on at London open. So this is what I've got as my overnight session. And now I'm thinking about it, I might change this a little bit, but anyway, I was already thinking about selling up above there. That's why I had this zone drawn out in the first place, was looking for sales up above here. I got that first opportunity off of there, and we have yet to break lows, right? As you see, we haven't touched the lows yet, and we have a big fat volume level right down below there as well. So, nothing's impossible. After this big move up like this, I was kind of hoping we were in the middle. I was kind of hoping that we went down first, breaking lows, and then continued up, breaking highs. I feel, I don't know. I just feel like it's a little weird to break the highs, then break the lows. But I guess it could be one of those days. I mean, who knows? Maybe by the end of the time, this day looks like that, right, or something, or like this. So I don't know. Not good at it. Not good at telling where it's gonna go that long term. Just short term.
You don't need much anyway.
Just a couple little spots. Also Delta, we have over time, since we've moved up here, we do have more selling pressure, I'd say, than buying pressure right now. It just hasn't done a whole lot, and I think that that's just because we're up here at these highs. So sooner or later, it'll leave this area, and normally, see, I had them all marked up before, but normally we'll go find balance somewhere where either we've found it before or it'll be a new spot. So yeah, I think you're right, Clyde. There's a little consolidation in here, maybe some consolidation, and then we might get that breakout.
And you said the POC had moved up there too, so
Yeah, let me see where it is now. I got that on a different chart.
might be one of those snapback days.
Yeah.
Or it just keep snapping back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're literally like right in the middle too. So we got VWAP down below. Got midpoint of the day down below. Got 800 down below. Yeah. We're below the POC. But just barely. I mean, we're POC's at 857.50 right now.
They fighting it out right here, man.
Sure are. Just trying to set up a Titan right there too. Pending. It didn't. Now it's gonna try to set one in the opposite direction. But like I said, if you guys want to be smart, about your trading, the easiest thing to do is stick to key levels, specific key levels. You wouldn't really catch me doing too much trading right here. Ain't no reason. Why would I trade? Why would I trade here? I mean, we could talk about it all day, and indicators are gonna give signals, and they might win. You know, they might win, but you know, I don't know. I don't see a reason to trade in an area like that when I can. I mean, look, we saw how price violently rejected this area here. Well, like, I'm very interested to trade an area more like this. You know, like, why wouldn't I want to just trade something looking like that right there, where it comes up into here? If I see something similar, you know, that gives me ideas.
Mm-hmm.
That second high, would you have gone in there?
Like here or here?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Uh,
I know
from
you pointed to the top one, but the one off to the right.
Oh yeah, I would have well, I did. I think I did sell here. I either sold here or I sold here. I already sold here or I sold here. I can't remember which one it was. I already sold
Okay.
there. I think I actually sold here. So this one, yeah, it was this one. This one came in, slammed down, and I said the risk was too low. I mean too high. So I said the only way to enter is if it pulled back up and allowed you to enter like up here, so that because the idea is your stop needs to be up above the high of this candle. So I said I can't enter at the close of that candle. I could just tell it was gonna be too big. I said so I need excuse me, for price to pull back like this so that I can get in, and then I could do a 1-to-1 type of trade like that, and that's exactly what it did. It just pulled back perfectly. I got filled on the wick, and then it went right back down, hit the TP. But I'd have been fine to trade. I would have traded if I didn't trade that one. I probably would have traded this one. No, I wouldn't have traded this one because it made a higher high. I would have traded this one, and from the looks of it, I would have gotten a similar type entry. I would have won that one. Um, I could
So
have
based on
tried.
what you,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry,
5
go ahead.
minutes tighten to the downside. Look like it could be setting up
Ooh.
if it don't turn around. We'll have to
So
go
based on
down
what I'm
about 20
understanding,
more points.
all right,
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to ask you something real quick on the volume levels, where that's at the top, and then if a Titan comes in, that would be a decent confluence to be able to take that trade, right?
Like what I would do is I would use a volume level as a target, for example. So like if
Got it. As a target, not
to
to get
give you an
in.
example, you can't see it now, but right here was a perfect example. Right here. You see this candle is green. I couldn't say
Yeah.
enough about this because I know that what happened was I know that this candle closed, and when this candle closed, it said there's a pending trade. Your pending entry is here. Your stop loss is here, and your TPs are in here. And I could show you if I just back it up a little, the Titan will appear. Look, see, and
Perfect.
see
Okay.
now the reason why this Titan is so good is because we're coming up for the first time. We're coming up to this untested CME volume level. This is a key level right here. These volume levels, we use these as magnets, right? I actually do not like trading off of them. I actually expect that price may pin against these because they are CME volume levels. This is directly from CME. And so there's lots of volume here, and a lot of it has to do with other asset classes too, like options. And so anyway, price will end up being attracted to these because of hedging that happens. So as price approaches these areas, somebody may have a bet, a big institution may have a bet that price is going to stay below this level, right? And so when price gets closer to that level, their risk becomes greater. Okay, they have readings, right? And so they call it delta gamma exposure. And so what happens is what they do to offset that, this is a win-win situation for them, is as price approaches these levels that that they have bets on, right? That price will stay below that for the week, right? They can't. They may not. They might be able to control the price, but why would they try to control the price and expose themselves to other bigger players when they could just hedge against their own trade? And so what that looks like is this: they're selling. So as long as price is below this level, they're in profit on their options bet. But as price gets closer, they become more and more and more at risk, and so they'll start to hedge that risk by buying futures, which will actually then cause price to move up. But now they're in profit on their futures, so they're what they do is they hedge. It is a guaranteed win situation for them. They're going to make money on their trade, or they're going to make money on the premiums. They're going to make money regardless. That's going to happen. But it causes a pinning effect on these levels. So seeing this level pop up right here, this trade opportunity pop up, and seeing a volume level right above that, I would personally, what I would have done is I would have just taken the trade like this. I would have just taken the trade and I would have just targeted the volume level. I mean, like, yeah, you could have hit the TP1, but you also could have just snagged. This is like an absolute guaranteed trade right here. You know what I mean? Like, this is it's going there. So especially because look, and you could apply a lot of other things to this too. Like people use Fibonacci and stuff. Like this is a specific type of price action pattern where price has gone up, it's pulled back. So, normally when you have an expansion, a pullback, and then a continuation, based on Fibonacci, you're looking for certain extensions, 100, an extension of, 100 or one, some people use 61.8 or 1.618, things like that. So yeah, I think
Thank you.
that's good. Or like when we're talking about selling, right? If we're talking about selling, look, see, this was almost a Titan right here. The difference between us just trading this as a Titan or not was the difference of one tick. If this candle here would have closed one tick higher, it would have been green, and that would have triggered a Titan trade, and then you would have just hit a TP on that one. So again, the whole idea though is like, look at what we're doing is we're trading up here in these wicks where I don't know what it's going to do, but we've been talking about selling. So if we would have seen a Titan coming out of here, man, there's a perfect location for a Titan. And that's what we had right here too. You see, so I don't have my Titans on this chart, but you could see the Titan signal right here, and that again was after it retested these old highs that we're pointing at here, and then bam, you would have got your signal right here, and you can see that one. Right, am I looking at the same spot right here? So yeah, if you'll use Titan, you'll get some good trades. Just in general, you'll get some good trades. But if you use Titan with just a little bit of due diligence, just care about your trading career a little bit, just a little bit, like you actually care about it a little bit, enough to, look at one other thing or be a little bit more patient or set one more alert if it really matters to you, then do that. Do that, and then you could only trade Titans in specific areas, right? We broke the high. So my original idea that I had didn't work. This one, it got close, but ultimately turned around and went all the way up there. So now we're at new highs again. Got a volume level up here. Two volume levels. We're in uncharted territory. I don't know what to expect at this point. All my predictions have ran out.
That 900 looking good right about now.
Okay, I have a prediction. We're going to 900.
You and me both, Clyde. That's where I'm looking too. 900.
I see some fat orders sitting up at 900 though. That's for sure. Let's see if it holds this. If it holds and starts running up, might be worth trying to look for a buy up till there. You know that?
You got one of those breakout zones for the 1 minute there for one of those breakout trades. I don't trade those. I just like looking at them just to see where trend might be in those trading zones.
Oh, it just popped up on there. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I see it. Oh, it's a
going to the
sell.
sell side. Yeah, to the sell side. So you really never know. This one can go either way.
I know, cause see, we had a buy zone. Price popped straight out of that. Now we got a sell zone. Yeah, we'll find out here shortly, I guess. I'm with you though. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind seeing it go up to 900. I mean, like I said, there's on NASDAQ there's 157 contracts there, and on for sale, and on micro there's 270, and there it's pushing too.
Oh yeah, that's gonna see.
I just made me a quick $200.
I'm floating some profits with you there.
I think we had a bias there to 900, didn't we?
Yep. All right. I just took profit at 900. Nice.
That was awesome.
That's good money right there. Good money.
That was a nice little just. I know the Titan didn't set up, but I mean, look, come on.
Yeah. We still got like a little four candle continuation little pattern. It just wasn't a perfect Titan.
We just had the biggest single print. Oh no, never mind. This is the second single biggest print we've had all morning at 900 right there. So at 900 on the dot, we got 320 buy orders came in. So this would definitely be one of those areas that you want to watch and see, like, hey, what is price going to do next? Like, don't lose your profits that you just made. First of all, absolutely don't do that. But it's just a interesting area. So yeah, we had all those buy orders come in, and so that to me, my brain can't doesn't stop thinking about that. When that happens, like, all right, we had all those buy orders come in, but price failed to continue going up. So what's going on here? You know, like what exactly is happening here? If
that absorption, you know.
Mm-hmm. Right. So if all those orders came in, and nothing happened, then
we're setting up to drop. That's what I'm thinking.
Exactly.
If you look at ES then already swept the high and dropped. So
yeah.
That's good confluence too, because you know they're gonna print pretty close.
Might have a little divergence going on right now. NASDAQ swept the high, kept going a little bit higher.
NASDAQ gonna catch up though. I have a feeling.
Wait, what happened? Who did what?
ES swept the high and dropped.
I thought I had a chart that had ES and NASDAQ sitting right next to it.
There's a 1 minute Titan setting up too.
Give me the money. Oh, I see it.
That one kind of looks good.
Yeah, it don't look too bad.
Money, 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 money.
Boom.
Boom. There it goes.
Damn.
What is this?
Ripping.
That was
I'm
fast.
rich. I'm rich.
Ain't that how we do it? Ain't
Yes,
that how we
sir.
do it? Ain't that how we do it?
Holy cow!
Nice,
Holy
nice,
cow.
nice. Man, I hope it slipped past my TP.
I wish
It
I
did.
had more
It
than
did
two
on mine.
micros sitting up there.
Oh, it did.
It,
It did. I made
it
more.
did on mine.
I made more on
Hey,
mine.
come on now.
The same with
We
it
ain't
blew
playing
past
today.
my TP.
Oh my God, everybody. The market moved
We
Wow.
past
ain't
our
playing.
TPs. We made more money than we were supposed to. Ugh.
My goodness.
That's
Just
awesome.
blew it.
Yeah.
All I had was a stop loss. I ain't even have a TP. I just got out of there.
Oh,
Oh
nice.
man, that's awesome.
And see, this is why
Okay,
I
Ken.
said,
So in situations like this, I kind of feel bad that I had already gotten the limit of my daily profit. Should I take that off?
yeah, take it off and run it up. No. No, don't do that, because see what you just witnessed right here is what I talk about all the time. Those are called
Yeah.
pops. These are called little blessings, where this is you being on the
Yeah, they
right
don't happen
side.
all the time.
See, sometimes the market moves against you very quickly, and if you're not prepared, it'll take from you. But this was a great example of the market. You see how, like, Clyde, he didn't have a TP in. He didn't have a TP in, so you see he was able. Clyde, normally you wouldn't catch something like that. You see, like, normally you'd have got out because you're TP. That's what I'm talking about, where when I say you never know what's going to happen in the market. So if you execute the same way, rule-based, methodical every time, you're always safe, but you open yourself up to these type of opportunities right there. I just had that is just the craziest thing. I had just put in my TP. I almost didn't have no TP either. I was
I
almost
love it when we
blessed.
call them like that. I
I'm
love it when
done.
we call them like that, man. We've been calling them out. Hey, it's been a good couple weeks though, man.
Yeah.
You've been calling some good ones, man.
Oh, you guys have
You've
been
been
doing great
calling
too.
some good ones, man.
There's been a big
Oh
shift
yeah,
for
you
sure.
taught
People
us,
are
man.
seeing it.
You taught us. Yeah, you taught us well.
Yeah, just take some practice and keep doing it.
So Ken, what happened there? Was there like some major orders that came in, or
I don't know.
if you open?
Let me go take a look. I haven't even really.
Because that was
I
like
think it was
literally
news.
like what, 2 seconds?
Yeah,
It
that
was
was.
jokes. It was jokes, wasn't it, for news? It had news
Oh,
come out.
I don't know. Let me see.
It was 7:30. It was 8:38. The 38 minutes. So I don't think so.
CPI, no, that's 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, the news came out. That was, oh shit, I forgot to take trash out. Today's Wednesday. All
That
right.
was a 60 point drop in like 2 seconds.
So I don't see anything on the actual news highline, but let me just go check order flow real quick. And I need to just double check all my orders and make sure everything is closed, because that was a little crazy.
I'm thinking about whether this 900 level gonna hold. That's the high for the day, or will we go just a little higher before turning around? That's how my mind's thinking now.
I think we might sweep the low.
I've been telling y'all since this morning. I have a feeling that we're gonna go down to this area right.
We just manipulated the top of the little range we had, so.
Yeah, and look, so right here.
But we got the bottom too, though. We swept the little range bottom too, so.
This area
I did see that.
726. Yeah, we
I
did.
wanna
We
see
did
it
kind of.
go
We
down.
did kind of break below that little low just a little bit, man.
Yeah, just a little time.
You cannot say that this isn't on purpose. That the market is not random.
Mm-hmm.
Ken, did that footprint chart show anything?
I'm looking at it right now. Let's see. So,
Clyde, the fact that this one didn't hold and it's retesting that candle though, going down to that wick, I have a feeling it's going to go down lower.
Yeah. It's looking like a bearish candle on 5 minutes too.
Yeah. The 5 minutes looking very bearish too. So,
Mm-hmm.
and if you have that multi time frame, you can see that it's all bearish right now.
Yeah.
And the quantum and TV blast are red as well.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we got a gray one on the 5 minutes. So
Man,
think
this
it's
would be a
starting to.
good spot to get in on TV Blast. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, those are
This joint
perfect.
here,
Those are perfect momentum
this the
candles.
follow spot to get in for TV Blast. I'm in there. Have me a little something going.
All right.
See if we can get some continuation to the downside.
I feel like it's wanting to retest, but it's going to go back down.
Let's see. I know how quick she'll burn you out.
That's right. That's why I'm not in one right now.
So here's that candle. There was a lot. There was, I mean, compared to this is the volume 3,700. It's about double to triple the average volume leading up to there, but you can see a big push in this in this here. So this is the key right here is the buy that pushed it up into here, right? And that's what pushed it up right there. As soon as this is what I like to do is I like to look in here and find where those buyers came in. So if I can see it right here, very, very big delta, I'll try to go look inside of this candle and see like, all right, where did those buyers come in? Where's the bulk of them? And I mean, it's kind of that candle's kind of thick throughout the whole thing. So look at the imbalances where you can see the green numbers here. Right. So I would say some of the biggest orders that I see are probably going to be inside of this area right about here. And so we got big buy orders right here. I don't understand completely why or what is going on, why there would be so many buy orders coming in up at this super high price, unless this is some kind of taking profit right before, I don't know. But anyways, looking in here, all I see is just there's a lot of volume, there's a lot of delta, but it's just selling all throughout, just heavy selling all the way down throughout there. There wasn't any specific spot. You see what I mean? There's nothing really crazy in that candle that yells like, "Oh yeah, this did it." There's this one area here where I see a lot of imbalance. Zero prints, you see. Yeah, nothing really out of the ordinary.
When you had mentioned that there was a bunch of orders up at the top there, right when you mentioned that, that's where I started kind of thinking, okay, this is absorption, right? This is like they're getting absorbed because we saw how it was not pushing up. It wasn't pushing up any further. We had kind of some sort of divergence there, and there was a lot of buy orders. So you would think, okay, we're going up if the price was going to keep moving, but it didn't move. So that was the first bias for the sell side. And I'm sure that would have signaled it for a lot of people too. Okay, we might be dropping out at some point. Just look how dramatic that was. I think based on the number, what was it like 901 orders at the top there? That's a lot.
There's 201, but that's probably the only thing that sticks out here. If you
1 minute time going on to
if
the
you
upside.
look at it real closely, is stacked imbalances at the high. So you have willing buyers aggressively hitting at the top of the candle. I mean, you see buying all up here, but these 201. So remember, I said that there was 193 sell limits. That means limit orders that are there and they're ready to sell. So in order for those orders to be sold, market buy orders must hit the market. So when price came up to here, there had to be willing buyers at this point, ready and willing to buy all those contracts, and they all got filled. So yeah, now what it looks like happened here is all those orders got filled right there. The buyers had look at the delta, right? So you can see the delta. They're buying all the way, buying, aggressive buying, and failure to expand, right? Especially after that many buy orders, failure to expand. Next candle made a lower high, and then I don't know. At that point, I don't see. I mean, I guess maybe just throughout the entire range of this candle, there's enough selling pressure to push it down, or they were also passively pushing it down as well, removing liquidity. All that stuff is too late to watch or look for now.
It did kind of hesitate a little bit. I don't know if you remember watching.
And then it
Right at
just
the top.
dropped. Yeah.
Exactly. So maybe the orders didn't step in right away, and that's kind of what I was thinking. The sell orders didn't come in.
Well, either way, though, the thing is that's you're already making the transition to instead of you see everyone else here. These are all amateur. I call them suckers, right? These are all amateur suckers right here. At least you're not buying up here. You know what I mean? You're not
Right.
buying. You are now observing, and that's the critical change when you start observing instead of thinking that you always got to be right and always trying to predict the market. Look, it's either going to go up or down. I mean, how smart do you want to look? It's going to go up or down. You're either going to buy it or you're going to sell it. You're either going to win it or you're going to lose it. Pick a place where that makes sense. This isn't rocket science. It's either going to go up or down. Pick a spot where you have the most probability. And we literally have the cheat code. We can see where the orders are coming in. We can literally see what the market's doing, and then we can see that's the thing that a lot of people miss is they can also see what the market is doing, but they're trying to predict what it's going to do next instead of actually reading what it's doing right now. Like we have buyers are pushing price up. There is a wick here, right? And then you use order flow, you can see a whole nother depth to this. So
Those are the people that are like what we used to be before we had you in our life, right?
yeah, exactly that. This don't look too bad right here either. A little flush style trade right back at the same high.
Yeah, it went right back up to the same high. I was thinking that.
Yeah, I sold it at 902.
Oh, you went in. You said,
Stopped
yeah.
at the high.
I'll go
See
for
what
that
we
again.
get, man.
Are you still in that?
Like, I sold it at 902. I'm still in it, but I stopped out.
Yeah, it looks like it wants to push up. I
Nah.
was gonna say there's a time
it's
signal
going
coming
above the
up.
high. Well, remember we have this other volume zone up here too, and after this volume zone, we ain't got nothing. There's nothing up here anymore. Yeah, we're getting some big buy orders coming in right now, so we'll see if it expands or if it turns around.
I would take that trade again though. That's something I'd take 100 times.
Yeah.
Right, from the high all the way down.
Yeah,
You should,
I
yeah.
only had 3-point stop loss.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's nothing. I was looking right here at this 5-minute breakout going up to like 950. I don't know if it will hit 950, but I think it might go towards that volume zone. That at the 920.
I got some up there. I got a 4-hour line up there too. About
Yeah.
934.
Yeah, 936 for me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So.
What did I label that one as? Let me see, because I do have it labeled for something. That might be the. I didn't add a text to it, but I have it on my alerts. It might be the high of the.
What number are you looking for?
That 936, is that the weekly high? Did we for the last week?
That might be last week's. Yeah, that's last week's
Yeah.
high.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I had it labeled for last week's high. We might break that in the next day.
I took a little stab at it, but I went ahead and closed it at profit. I sold right here, and it was down. You can see I exited right here, so I sold here, and I just bought right here. I just got out of it. I was hoping for a straight, quick flush, and didn't get that yet.
Yeah, I was. So it went a little bit in profit, and then I got up a little bit. It went almost to my TP, then came back a little bit.
Man, y'all don't forget with this price action trading, I know it's easy with the Titan to scalp because it shows you where that TP is, like the TP is like right there, and shows it to you in a visual way where you can see it. But don't forget, even when you're doing like price action trading, you can also scalp where you are going for a partial TP. They're very probable. And especially if you're doing like the style trades I do where they're like flush style trades. A lot of times you will have good opportunity to just go for that little partial TP, partial TP and you'd be done, you'd be out of the trade. Don't be scared of the scalp.
What are we looking at on Delta? Is it dropping out for you? I think that's what I'm seeing.
Delta has curved over. Yeah, Delta's actually pushing down lower right now.
Yeah.
And has been. It's actually been divergent as price. Delta is divergent across the board right now. It's like this new high. This high that we're making is divergent. The actual Delta itself is divergent. But we have that 920 level up there. So I'm really curious to see if we end up going and taking it or not.
This 1 minute turnaround with an extreme, it's going to go. Yeah, it did. It just went down at 1. So I was looking at this. It might be turning around now.
Yeah, it's looking
Could be a little pullback before we do go up.
Oh, there
I
we
think
go.
it's not think it's going down. Yeah.
I ain't gonna say that was it, but I caught that pop.
I knew it was coming too. I'm just watching it. I'm not taking these trades. I'm really trying to get a feel for those orders that get absorbed and then just turn around right here at the highs.
Have you started into the order flow course?
Man, that's the thing. I started reading it, but I didn't jump into doing anything. There's that PDF,
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. That's about it.
Yeah,
So,
that's all you guys have right now is just that PDF.
Okay, yeah. I just started reading the first thing. I didn't really jump too far. I really need to.
I'm gonna make. I'm telling you, I went too far. It's funny. I went too far. I know I did, but I'm happy with it. I took too long. I went too far, but I am happy with it, like I said. And so, with that being said, I am now going to go and I'm going to take all this information and I'm just going to pull out, because I need you guys to fully understand it exactly the same way I understand it. And then that way you understand it. And then I can just say whatever I need to say and you guys will understand what I'm talking about, And so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to now put together a little video course that will basically bring all this stuff together, right? And so yeah, but man, this is everything. This is everything order flow. And you can see right here how to observe the market. This is the mental reframing, what the market actually is, what volume actually represents, the bid and the ask. What else I got here? We got aggressive versus passive traders. That's the only traders that you have. Delta, which is what we talk about a lot here. CVD, inflection zones. This is what we talk about every single day. This is what most people are lacking is decision zones where, actually trading at what's called a decision mode where price is price. It has a job, right? And so it has to find balance. And so there are decision zones in the market, and that's what we always talk about. Why trade anywhere else except for those areas where something actually has to happen? Urgency is engineered and generated right there. Acceptance and rejection. We just talked about that this morning as well. The footprint, imbalance, absorption. This is your lesson right here. Absorption and failed auctions. This is my stuff right here. This is what I like to do. Tradable
a lot
versus
more predictable.
untradeable. Yeah, time of day and participation, entries, risk size. This is where you kind of bring it all together, and then this is moving forward, like what it looks like moving forward. So I thought of everything with this course.
It looks super comprehensive, Ken. I'm super excited to look into it.
Yeah. You guys should be right up to speed with me by the time you're done with that. But like I said, I'm gonna make it so much easier. Like if you'll just gnaw through that course, don't stop, don't take notes, don't do anything. Just sit there and read and just go through the entire course. And then by the time y'all are done with that, depending on how fast you read, I'm gonna have some new videos up, and I'm excited to make those videos, but y'all just have to realize that the way I'm doing them, I'm doing them live at the time because I can't go back and show you liquidity being removed from the market. I can't show you that because there's no way to visualize that without transposing liquidity, buy orders, buy limits, sell limits onto the chart. And I can do that with Bookmap. I can do that with Addis, but to be able to actually go back and show you, look, we're trading up to the high. You know, it looks like it. It looks like this. Just to, I can show you guys right now. Hold on. Okay, so let's say if we were trading up to a key level up here, right? We're trading up to a key level and we're watching it, and we can see price, and it's moving up and it's moving up and it's moving up. And then right as it gets up into here, we're looking for signs of absorption. But over here on the right side here, you see how we can see signs of liquidity, right? You can see that there, I know there's not a, you have to have an eye for this, but and this moves often, but this right here, the longer you watch this, the more you'll pay attention to it. And this is based on liquidity that's like here and available now. So how we can see this liquidity here, if this liquidity gets removed,
Ken, I just want to let you know it made up to 920.
Okay,
It hit the
good.
920. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I sure did. Look at that. Yeah. So now, see, if this gets removed right here, then that means price can move through this easier. If it's thick underneath here, price cannot move through here. So true execution. See, that's the thing. A lot of people just don't know it. They don't know that. Oh, hold on. Let me change this real quick. And I want to. A lot of people don't realize that market orders are only part of it. Market orders are a very small part of it. Liquidity, all right, market orders, that's going to tell you who's most aggressive. All that's going to do is, and market orders move the market and tell you who is most aggressive. Liquidity is the boundaries. Liquidity decides where price can actually go. It does not matter how aggressive market participants are if the liquidity is too thick, because the big institutions, they use limit orders. They can create a wall of limit orders, and it's very unlikely that retail traders or any aggressive retail, smaller traders are going to blast through that wall and be able to sustain it long term, right, and actually win. So these two things go hand in hand, completely go hand in hand. You have liquidity and you have market orders. And if you, like, let's say we want price to go down right now, price is not going to go down if there is a thick amount of liquidity underneath there. Now, if that liquidity is removed, then that would allow price to actually go down, right? And so you can watch all that stuff, but I can't put that in a freaking ebook. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I've got to make some videos on this and just record my screen while it's happening and say, okay, here you can see price coming to an inflection zone. We have our absorption, we have this, and that's the best part, is this does happen all day. It just has to happen at the right place at the right time. And so when it happens at the right place at the right time, then I'll record it, and then we'll talk about it. I'll put it in the videos.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to see that way.
Oh yeah. All
Yeah.
right. So we are here. I mean, we're up at the top. We've traded through every CME volume level that we had this session. So the only one that has not yet been touched, the only level that hasn't been touched that I've talked about today, is the overnight lows. I don't know if we're going to go there or not, but yeah, wow. It really did it today. It really did the thing. Everything was perfect. Look at that. It did consolidate. Remember you?
But guess what?
Huh?
The pop down gonna be real.
Oh yeah. But yeah, remember I think we were right here, right around here, around 10 o'clock when you said we might be making a range, and then sure enough, I know it's kind of a weird range, but it did kind of range a little bit. And then look at it. It said, "Let me go grab the top. Let me go grab the bottom, and now we'll go higher." Just so textbook. That is something else. We got big sell orders up here at 925.
Could it be a drop?
I don't know. There's 116 sitting at whatever level I just said. A lot of buy orders have already come in up here. Starting to get those stacked imbalances up at the top. I know we're getting a Titan right now. Can't do nothing about that. These Titans will pop up anywhere and everywhere.
It'd be a good sell Titan if it did drop, but I don't know if it's going to.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. It might be turning around though.
I'm looking at this one big candle that sent price up there. Trying to see where most of the volume is inside of that. There's just a ton of buyers in there.
Getting a reversal signal on the 5-minute.
They get a little retracement right here, a little pop down.
Yeah.
If it do, or it may pop up. It's just NASDAQ we talking about.
If it pops down, there's an extreme setting up for the 5-minute, so it might match up with that reversal.
See what she do.
I just love trading up at the tops like this because it's so simple. It's like, where's my invalidation? It's right there. You know, yeah, like it's just about getting low risk trades. So like sometimes I hate getting left behind. I hate it. I really do. I really, really hate getting left behind. But sometimes this happens. It pulls back here and it freaking gives these super low risk entries. I'll take them every single time. Yeah, I'll take them every single time. You look at my history. I just got a bunch of small little losing trades, and then I'll have like a nice big winning trade. You know. And it's not, and just to be clear, it's not anything exaggerated or crazy either. It's like, yeah, it's like I'm losing a couple points, and then I'll gain like 10 points, 15 points, something like that. So it offsets it. It's, it makes sense.
She might go on and do it now. She been teasing.
Yeah.
She might go on, drop it down. Let me get it. I don't want much.
I want a lot.
So this lowest little range.
Liquidity. Why am I still trading? It's 9 o'clock. Hour and a half. All right, that's not bad. Guys, I've made the decision. I like it better when daylight savings isn't a thing. I like trading better earlier in the morning. I don't know why. I'm not gonna say I'm better or I'm this or I'm that, but just I don't know. I like it better when daylight savings is not around and I'm trading. For me, that means that I'm trading at 6:30 in the morning. See, now I'm trading at 7:30 in the morning. Normally I trade at 6:30 in the morning, and I don't know, something about 6:30 in the morning, everyone in my house is asleep. It's just me and you guys and the charts, and we're just just trading, and it's like you get, it's like you get it done and out of the way earlier. 7:30, like right now my biological clock is like, all right, it's time to like be off the computer. It's time to go do something else, because I'm so used to trading at 6:30. By now, I'd be trading for 2.5 hours. So it's like my body's so used to just stopping around 9 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock my time, which I guess is 11 Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, it is what it is. It's my complaint for the day.
Yeah, Arizona has a unique situation with that, I bet. It's
Yeah.
because everyone else is like in line. We're like, it's at the same time.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
no worries. Yeah, yeah. You do have a unique situation with that.
Yeah, it's like everyone else switches and we don't. It's actually really, really annoying because everywhere else switches. So you got to think about it. For me with trading, I can remember when that nightmare started. I'm like, okay, here I am in Arizona, and now like with Forex, you got London session, Asian session, New York session. I'm in Arizona. A lot of the material in the training verbiage says Central Standard Time, and so it's like you're like, okay, so they say that it's at 12 o'clock, which is Central Standard Time, but daylight savings time is on, so that's 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm in Arizona, so that's not 3 hours, but no, oh yeah, now it's only 2 hours. It's like
Yeah, that's crazy.
constantly. And so I used to do this thing called TAP, which it stood for time and place. It was a strategy I built for Forex, and I would take every single Forex symbol and I would analyze what time of day they were most volatile. And I'd pick the top 3 hours each day for every single currency. It would take me about an hour to do every 10 weeks or so. I would just go through and I would just add them all to a list, and I had phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3, and those symbols were to be traded in those specific sessions, and no, not any other time, just those sessions. And so that was a nightmare because I had all those different symbols, all these different time zones, and I had to update it every 10 weeks. Yeah, I didn't
Oh
stick.
my God.
I ran that one for like 6 months, and I was like, all right, we're gonna have to do something different here.
Yeah, something's got to give.
Mm-hmm. Well,
The pullback wasn't much, but I caught it.
yeah, it is dipping down there, huh?
Man, it
Going
wasn't
for the
much,
high.
man. I got about 7 points out the deal.
It just barely went in, tapped up, made a little high.
Mm-hmm. Ain't went up in here, touched that line yet, though. So we got some liquidity sitting up there. Yeah. Yeah, like we were saying earlier, we got last week's high up there.
Is that what we're heading for right now?
To be honest, it's the week before last high, so it's the high from 2 weeks ago.
Oh, it's 2 weeks ago. Okay.
Yeah, so it's from
Yes.
2 weeks.
Too much for me. I like to look at yesterday's high. Now I don't know I don't know how
It's
far
like
I don't know how far the memory of the market goes. I maybe it remembers a 2 weeks high ago.
I just know from the line that you mark the 4-hour chart up.
Yeah.
I got that line up there.
You guys were talking about divergence earlier. I made a divergent indicator just the other day, just messing around. that does like SMT divergence between ES. Well, you could do it between whichever one you want. So I've got it set for ES and NQ. So if there is divergence between the two, like for example, if we're making higher high on NASDAQ, higher low on MNQ, then then it's gonna give that little signal right here. And so I haven't really messed around with it, but I can see a couple different times where some divergence set up between ES and NASDAQ. And some of them worked out. I mean, even if they were just short-term divergence, the little something here, a little something there. I haven't looked at gold one single time today. What did it do?
Gold fell off.
Sure did.
It been going up though for a little minute.
Let's see. Yes. I told y'all to watch these areas. If you don't watch these initial balance areas, you're giving away money. Every day price bounces off of almost every single time. I always draw it up. It almost always does this. Either this or it's gonna reject right off of them, right? And your entry is always gonna be like inside of this area, like we do, like this right here. Like it actually did the same thing. It did the same thing on the same line. First, it set up this, so you can see this pattern right here. So first it did that, and then it did that, and then it went back in. And like I said, it normally when it reclaims, if it goes back into this area, it will normally go all the way to the other side of the range or at least halfway. And that's literally what this halfway point is for right there. So gotta look for it just like that. And then the same thing happens lots of times down here. Now, I'm not, look, y'all know me. I'm not saying it's gonna happen every single time, but do you want to trade at probable places or not, right? And you're going to win trades, you're going to lose trades, but you have a lot more probability of winning them when you trade at these key areas like this, and you have more opportunity. So why not do it? And bam, you can do it just like that. Either side of those are great little opportunities, and it's nice because they come 30 minutes after 10 o'clock. So a lot of times 10 o'clock is our little moment where if something's going to happen, it happens at 10 o'clock. And so here we can see at 10 o'clock, this pullback with this deep pullback that was right at 10. Look at that. Just bam, down into here. And then it pushed up. And we only had to wait 30 minutes until that initial range is created. Ooh, what do we got? That don't look too bad. I stopped trying to trade them, Clyde. Whenever it does this right here, this is what I call a slow grind. I stopped trying to trade them when they do this. When they're just slowly pushing the tops like this, because if you keep trying to take flush trades, I know that the risk is small. I get that, but you don't need to just continue to lose, trades over and over and over. Like even if they're
You right.
small, so what I start doing is if I'm trying to trade them and it just keeps barely poking above, making a new high of the day over and over and over again like that, and I've taken a few and and they're not winning for me anymore, then what I'll normally do is I'll start watching the actual structure of price. And this is a great spot right here where price has actually dropped down below the highest high. So you know how I trade the structure where we go like this and like that right here. Well, we've already broken the microstructure here, and this I'm okay with that right here because there's at least 2 candles. This is really the structure. If we want to get real, this is the structure. Once price comes down to here, this is a decision point, right? And so at this point, right, get off of my chart. at this point, when price comes down to here, it's structure. This is very clear structure. It's either gonna likely go up, or if it starts to accept down below here, then we're pretty interested. But a lot of times it's gonna hit here, and we may have one more opportunity. Once it shows us that it can go below this low right here, this structure, I'm looking for sales all inside of this area right here. So and it's kind of like a reset. So that way. Let's say you tried to sell it here and you got a little trade. You got a little flush right here. Bam, you're happy with it. But then it comes up, makes a new high. And let's just say you tried to sell this. Just as an example, let's say you tried to sell this one now. So you say, all right, let me try to sell that. And so then you try to sell this candle, and then obviously it went up and stopped you out. Well, don't do that the next time. Now start really watching. Start really watching. Either watch the structure of this candle right here, and don't start looking for sales until you see that price touched that, right? Like how it did. It went down here. Now start looking for your sales after that. Or if you want to use the actual structure, then you'd have been unfortunately all the way down here. This is where the real actual pullback. If you ask most people and you're trading up here and you say, where's your pullback? They're going to point down here. You know what I mean? Only we are going to say, well, you got a little micro structure pullback right there. There it is. Bro. It's better still be dropping right now because I can't close my freaking trade. Okay, I closed it. Woo, I got the whole move.
No, the reversal signal has been on point this morning.
Yeah, it sure has. You're talking about reversal, the actual reversal, right?
No, I'm talking about the indicator, your STS reversal indicator. That's what I've been talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It's pretty much the same trades that I've been taking this morning. And what he's talking about is this right here. I got it somewhere. There it is. Boom, boom. Is this one. So that it just called this cell right here. So you just hit TP on that, huh?
Yeah.
So let's see. We had that one. So we had one cell come in right there. And then we had a bunch of them come in right here. This one did not work. This one wouldn't have worked, but then this one would have. And then, of course, we got the buy. I love how this just prints at literally the low of the day sometimes. One thing for sure, it does appear at the lows. I mean, those are some crazy buy locations. I saw those yesterday. Winner, 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 and winner. Every single buy from yesterday won. And they some of them were not just little winners either. I mean, some of these were pretty huge winners.
Yeah, and that's at 1-to-1. That's not even 0.5.
Yeah. Well, I've got to get off of here, guys. I just got another trade. Just made it a little bit more, so I'm gonna hop off. My heater is on. What is this? I live in Arizona. Yeah, I'm gonna hop off, but I'm waiting on feedback, you guys. For mentorship members, you guys dig in to the order flow course. Let me know your feedback on it. Let me know what you think. If it's clear, if it's not clear, if you find typos, things like that. Any of that type of stuff, let me know. Everyone else, I'll see you guys in the morning for some more live trading. See y'all later.
See you later, Ken. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Welcome.
See you, Ken.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I wonder if it's going to keep dropping.
Thank you very much.